And speaking of excessive luxury, oh yes, aromatherapy. It's a females market basically. Now at Matlins we sell these aromatherapy light bulbs. You've got vanilla, ylang ylang, jojoba, which is the month before September in Edinburgh. But you get all these female fragrances. What I want to see is aromatherapy for men. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have now got a special offer on 7-pack of smart price musical candles for men. We have them in aromatherapy special fragrances, WD-40, diesel, petrol, barbecue, bacon cooking, methane farts, and freshly poured beer. Ladies and gentlemen, that's one of the crap gifts we're going to be sending you through the Betterware catalogues that's going to be coming around this year. Right? And another thing that we sell on Matlins, which I'm still confused by, no one's given an explanation to, solar-powered Christmas trees. Right? Solar-powered Christmas trees in the middle of England, in the middle of winter. The only place darker than England in winter is in the mindset of Harold Shipman, and we're trying to run a Christmas tree via solar power. It's not going to work terribly well, that is it? Speaking of not working terribly well, I'm officially declaring war on the most deleterious form of audio. Yes, it's dubstep. For those of you who are above 25, you probably will have heard dubstep music, you won't recognise what genre it is. It's basically there's a beat that's so boring that even a Cro-Magnon Neanderthalic troglodyte will pick up a hollowed out bone and a la Steve Austin go, boring! With a bass line that sounds like Jake Goody's chemotherapy session that's gone wrong. For those of you who want a bit of the beatboxing, to show you an example of dubstep, is this. That's basically dubstep, and these idiots listen to it in their fucking cars, knowing that the bass frequencies can't be contained in their cars, so the people outside who don't want to listen to it have to hear the worst of the bass line. Always remember that when you get these 17-year-old chaps wrapped around a fucking telegraph pole, do it knowing that they've killed themselves whilst listening to crap music. No teenager is going to kill themselves on Jimi Hendrix nowadays. They're not their role models. Speaking of Jimi Hendrix, right? War was the last group to have actually toured live with Jimi Hendrix before he died in 1968 choking on his own vomit. They must have left a good impression because war was the last thing that Jimi Hendrix was said before he died. That's a bit of a sick one, right? Now, speaking of sick, one word. Christmas. Oh, this deleterious time of year has come around once again. And Aldi are going to get back in the neck from this one. Aldi are going to get it back. Christmas pies, mince pies being sold at Aldi. Best before date, November 17th. Could you explain that one, please? You know, I don't know. And then, how many of you are living with partners or are married? How many of you live in the same household? Right, we've got at least one or two, right? I bet you'll have suffered the tin of biscuit syndrome. You know what it is. The woman will buy the tin of biscuits, the man will come home from a hard day's work, followed by the boss stuck in traffic to come home at 6 o'clock. Where's my fucking coffee? Oh, bollocks, there's nothing in the biscuit barrel. And as soon as your eyes caught the tin of biscuits that's been properly put on top of the cupboard, it's like your wife has got ESP, not ESPN, the sports network. We are talking about the psychokinesis stuff. She'll go, don't touch down there for Christmas! So you'll have to dunk a tiger bread roll into your cup of coffee, you know, not quite as good. Christmas Day comes around. Okay. Christmas Day comes around, and you end up having the contents of your stocking, be it chocolate, a toy, your £5 cheque from your granddad. You then go to the pub, you have 4 pints, a couple of packs of pork scratchings. You then come home half an hour later, and you have your Christmas dinner, which consists of turkey, bread sauce, cranberry sauce, sage and onion stuffing, roast potatoes, roast parsnips, carrots, Brussels sprouts, peas, brandy. Then you have mince pies, brandy butter, Christmas pudding, custard creams. Then you'll have another load of custard on top of that. Wash it down with a few packs of lager, and then another couple of shots of brandy. You lie on the sofa like a reticulated python, and the missus will pop her head round and go, do you want a coffee, love? Yeah, go on. Do you want a biscuit? It's at that point when your stomach just goes, fuck off! Speaking of Christmas food, I love January. I love January. For one simple reason, you get to see these fuckwits who spend far too much money on Christmas with their calculators on their watch going, ding, 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 ding. No! I can't afford 7 packets of Smart Plies noodles. I can only afford 6. Fuck it, Sunday I'm staying in bed all day. I can't afford to eat, you know. Because I don't celebrate Christmas at all, I don't celebrate it, fucking pointless, or New Year for that matter, I'll come back to that in a moment. I'm the one swanning around with a basket with swan, bison, alligator, swordfish, shark, steak, all the rest of it, rubbing it in their faces at the arseholes who's made me queue for 3 hours whilst they get their 6 bloody trolleys for the till and Asda's before Christmas. And my mum's bad at shopping as well. She came home with 2 trolleys worth of goods from the jewellers. But that was weird. Now, I don't understand why people celebrate New Year. I really don't. Because all it is a transgression from one divide of a man-made construct to another divide of a man-made construct, and humanity thinks that's a reason for celebration. Believe me, it isn't. At a time when we do not need an excuse to be fat, drunk and bankrupt, we've suddenly been given plenty of excuses to be just that. If you want to be fat, there's a McDonald's. If you want to be drunk, there's a Freshers. If you want to be bankrupt, there's a bank. Hey. Simple as it bloody gets, mate. Simple as it fucking gets. Right. Now I'm going to leave you one quote today from the late great Bobby the Brain Heenan. If at first you don't succeed, skydiving is not for you. Thank you very much. I've been, and indeed still am, Jak Amneziak. Good night!